Guys, so we are going to start designing this. So we are, like I said, making a sign for my friend's engagement party. So we are going to start out with a text box, and what we're going to write is "Welcome to the I Do Barbecue." They're doing like a cute little kind of like country theme. So first I have my font selected up here already because it takes me freaking forever. So we are going to have, we're going to use this double smoothie script. This is from Font Bundles, I believe. I can link Font Bundles below. So we're going to start out by writing welcome. I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Welcome to the I, and don't worry about all this space, we'll fix that in just a little bit. I do barbecue. So we're gonna do barbecue like that. So now what we want to do is, obviously there's all this space and we want to weld our letters together, which basically means just make this so it looks like a normal script font should. So we're going to ungroup it. And we are just going to start moving these letters together so that they're touching, so that it's a script, so it looks like a cursive font. So we're just going to scoot these together, and I can start kind of arranging everything how I want it to look. Alright, so we're just going to start moving these letters. Oh, and this is up here. Move this up here. Okay, so we're going to have it say, welcome to the I Do. Move this up a little bit, and I'm going to make this, I'm going to make actually the I Do Barbecue just a little bit bigger, since that is the star of the show. And I'm not moving this O to touch this because this doesn't have a tail, so it wouldn't look natural in my opinion. So I'm just going to move these over a little bit. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, make this a little bit bigger, and just start arranging these a little bit better so it is pleasing to the eye. Alright, and so of course we're going to add a little bit of, you know, diamonds, a little bit of cuteness to this. So I'm going to go to some of my uploaded photos because I believe I have a picture of a diamond somewhere. Okay, so I know I have a diamond somewhere in these images. I just need to find it. Oh, there it is. So I am going to insert this little diamond here, and I want to put it on the O. So it's like a cute little diamond ring there. And all I'm going to need to do to make sure that it sticks is I'm just going to weld everything back together. So I'm going to, actually I'm going to move this W down first because that was a little high. And so I'm going to select all of my text. So all I did was drag my cursor all the way across, and we're going to hit weld. And so now this is one solid piece of text and not all of those separate letters. And so now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make this so it fits our chalkboard. And so I measured my chalkboard earlier, and what I like to do, because I'm kind of visual, so I'm going to make a square that is or a rectangle rather, that is the size of my chalkboard. So my chalkboard is about 12.5 inches by about 18 or so inches. And so I'm going to change the color up here to black so we can get a feel for what it will look like. So then I'm going to change my text here to white. And now basically, oh, I can move it, send it to the front. So now basically I'm just going to kind of play around with the proportions and see what I like best. Personally, I like to leave obviously some room around it so it's not like wall-to-wall text. So actually that looks pretty good there. Alright, so now that we pretty much have the size that we want, we can get rid of this square because we don't really need it. And now we can come over here to make it, and we can cut it out of our vinyl. Alright, so this is telling us that our image is bigger than 12 by 12. So we will use our 12 by 20 format. So if you don't have a 12 by 20 format, that's okay. I have actually taped two 12 by 12 mats together and it has worked fine. Oops, I hit cancel. So we'll go back to our Make It page, turn on our machine. We're going to hit OK up here. We're going to hit Continue. Select our machine, so we're going to select my maker. Alright, so now we're going to choose our material. So I am just going to be using 651 permanent vinyl, so I'm going to hit my vinyl setting. And once our machine is ready to go, I'm going to switch over to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Now that we have our vinyl in here, we are going to cut. Alright, so now we're going to unload our mat, and we can take this off our mat, close that. So now what we're going to want to do is we want to weed this and take off all the excess, so we're just left with our text. So first what I want to do is I just want to weed this outside edge. So I'm just going to take off everything that I don't need, and actually this is going to make weeding really easy because everything is coming off quite easily. Alright, so get rid of that. So now we're basically just going to weed out all of the center pieces here. And this is another reason why I like to film like during the day, because I can barely see anything when I'm weeding. Okay. So this got a little funky when I was peeling that up, but not a problem. I'm just going to kind of peel this up and just move these little pieces that I don't need out of the way. Because sometimes, you guys, vinyl just wants to do its own thing. That is one thing I've learned from cricketing or crafting in general, is like, you might have one plan, you might have a plan to do something, and like it's just not in the cards that day, and you just have to walk away from it. I've done that so many times where just for no reason, just things aren't working out as I planned, and I just have to like walk away and come back. Okay. All right, guys, so now this is the fun part. We get to put it on our chalkboard. So this will just transfer on here. It'll be super easy. So all you need for this is some transfer tape. I think what I'm gonna do is, so I don't have to cut another piece, I'm going to do this first chunk first, and then I'll do the barbecue after, because this is Oracle transfer tape. I have it linked below. It's my go-to favorite transfer tape. It's awesome, and you really can get a couple of uses out of it for out of one piece. So I'm just going to, and of course there's like a trash truck going by right now. So I'm just going to actually move this so I can do this on a flat surface. Okay, so I'm just going to place this on my vinyl and just start smoothing it out with my scraper. Alright, so once it's all scraped on there, you could start peeling it off. And some of these letters you just might have to give a little assistance to, but that's why I like this Oracle. It is super easy to use, and I rarely have any issues with it, except for this one right here apparently does not feel like lifting. Alright, sometimes you just have to give it a little bit of encouragement. And also sometimes this works better is if you flip it over and you kind of like reverse peel it. It's not a technical term. I just don't know what else to call it. Alright, so now we have basically like 3/4 of our text. So now I'm going to take my chalkboard and I'm just going to place it, and then we'll have, hold on one second. Alright, so our barbecue will go like right here. So let's see, this will go like here. And I'm going to start by pressing it in the center. Where'd my scraper fell? And so I'm just going to start by pressing it in the center and just kind of work my way out to avoid air bubbles. And I'm just going to scrape this down. All right, so once it's scraped down, we can just peel the transfer tape. All right. And so now we can do this barbecue. We could put it on the same piece of transfer tape. No need to waste a brand new piece. So I'm just going to peel this off. And then we could just, I'll try and move this so you can see without knocking over my whole setup here. So then we'll just put this right here and scrape it down. And then we'll peel it. And we're good to go. How cute does that look? So cute, so easy. So if you have any questions or any comments, make sure you just leave me a comment, and happy crafting.